And I literally just realized fire is actually spelled backwards. Is that intentional or is that a mistake? What's up, agents? Zero here. Welcome back to another Minecraft ad showcase. Today we're here to deal with this thing over here. So I technically built this and then set it on fire, which I know doesn't seem like a good idea, but for the purposes of this ad, we're going to be showcasing. Just look at this. There's fire pretty much everywhere. I mean, it's not fully spread out, but there's like fire pretty much everywhere. Anyway, the reason why I built this and set it on fire, which I know doesn't sound like a good idea, but it's because we're actually going to be dealing with the fire engine add-on. Now, this is actually something that was posted technically earlier today, but yesterday, according to when this video is going to go out. And this adds in a whole bunch of items dealing with, well, being able to fight fires. And that's actually the whole reason behind me building this house and setting it on fire, because I wanted to show you the extent of this add-on. That's why I did that. So let's go and get started. So the first thing that you're going to notice is I just got out the fire truck, and I've also got an inventory key and a regular key. Now, this fire truck does actually make noise, so just as a warning, it might be a little loud. I could technically turn the volume down, but I decided not to for whatever reason. Let me go and spawn this thing in, and there is the actual fire truck itself, and that's what it looks like. Now, you may have noticed that I have two keys in my inventory. I have an inventory key, and I have a regular key. These two keys actually do two different things. The regular key, I need to turn the sound effects off at this point, because this is going to be really annoying. So let me go ahead and turn this off. Alright, there we go. That should fix that problem. Okay, there we go. So here's what these two keys do. The key, the normal key, this activates whether or not you are actually able to ride and drive inside of this thing. So if I were to try to go ahead and get in this fire truck, as you can tell, I obviously cannot. I'm actually constantly pressing my right shoulder button, and I'm not able to do anything. Listen, I can't get in here. So if I go ahead and click on it with this key, I am now actually able to get into the fire truck, and I'm actually able to go ahead and drive it around. So take a look at me. Look at me. I am legitimately a firefighter now. Well, not technically, because I'm not really looking like one. So that's the fire truck. Now, there are two other places on this you can technically ride around, and you can ride up top, I'm pretty sure. Apparently you can't actually do that if you're the only person around, but there are two other spots of which you can actually ride around on this fire truck. You can either ride up here at the top, or according to this add-on, you can ride in the back, which I'm assuming is like back here. I don't know how that would end up working. So you can hold up to 3 people at a time on this thing. And by the way, this add-on was actually created by and before I go ahead and mention who made this, I'm gonna apologize right now, because there's a really good chance I'm gonna end up butchering this. Mayo H Tet. So I'm assuming I said that correctly. I don't know if you have a particular pronunciation for this for your name, but yeah, that's the person who made this add-on. So special thanks to you. Yeah, you can fit 3 people in here. You can fit the person driving, you can fit the person sitting up top here, and then according to it, you can actually go ahead and ride in the back. And that's only when the truck is unlocked, and you can lock it once again by using the key. And now I cannot get inside the fire truck. And I literally just realized fire is actually spelled backwards. Is that intentional or is that a mistake? I have no idea. Anyway, so that's what the key does. Now, the inventory key, I should probably go ahead and mention what each of these things are. Now, it doesn't actually say what mob the fire truck is. I'm assuming it's a horse, but I'm not entirely sure. This key that I have right here, this is just a stick. And this inventory key that I have right here, this is actually a blaze rod. And here's what this inventory key does. And so apparently whenever you use the key on it, it apparently drops it, which is kind of interesting. So here's what this inventory key does. If I click on it, and I go ahead and... Actually, this is supposed to actually drop items out of it. Does it need to be unlocked for that to happen? Let me go ahead and test this out. So it's now unlocked. So let me go ahead and try clicking on the fire truck with the inventory key. There we go. Now it's actually starting to drop items from it. So that's what the inventory that's what the inventory key does, is it drops items out of it. Now we're gonna go ahead and discuss what these items are in just a moment. Well, actually, technically right now, let me go ahead and put this stuff away, and let me go ahead and clear my inventory real quick. And I just realized there's no clear button in there. So let me go ahead and clear my inventory. There we go. So the rest of the stuff that we have inside this chest, we have fire armor, which this is actually chainmail armor. And I actually haven't tested to see what that looks like when put on. What does this look like? So let me go ahead and take a look at myself. Oh my gosh, I actually look pretty cool in this thing. I'm not gonna lie, I like the way this looks. Anyway, so now that I'm actually technically the firefighter, probably not, some of you guys probably don't actually think so. Let me go ahead, get my fire truck, go ahead, ride to the scene of the fire. If I can manage to get there, there we go. We are at the scene of the fire. Okay. So not that it really took much to get there, but you know, whatever. There are two final things in this add-on. The first thing that I'm going to mention is this fishing rod. Now, they didn't actually mention anything as to this thing inside of the page on MCPDL. It looks like a radio, but it functions the same as a normal fishing rod, so I don't know whether or not they were supposed to mention something about this. If they were supposed to have this thing actually do something, but they didn't actually manage to get anything done, that's why it didn't say anything. I don't really know exactly what happened. Now, last but not least, this is the item that's actually important for this, and the reason why I decided to set this thing, oh my gosh, that was probably not the smartest idea to do, but at the same time I want to showcase this add-on, so it's probably so it's not a smart idea, but it's probably the best idea to showcase that. So this is technically a snowball, and if you guys notice, when I use the inventory key on this fire truck, I actually ended up getting these in sets of 16. So these are just basically snowballs, and if I go ahead and throw these at the fire, this is going to put the fire out. That's how this is going to work. Now, the add-on creator recommended that the person, if you're going to have a team of 3 firefighters inside the fire truck, they actually recommended that the person sitting on top of the fire truck be the one that puts out the fires, because they would have an easier time being able to throw stuff around, because they're at the top of it, they've got the best aim. Let me go ahead and finish putting out the rest of this fire if I can. So, looks like the outside is done being on fire, but the inside is obviously having some issues, and I did in fact turn off fire ticking so that it doesn't actually burn the place down. Otherwise, this place would be gone before I got to this part. So let's go ahead and finish putting the rest of this fire out, and we should almost be done at this point. And do we have any more fire around here? It doesn't look like it. So we successfully, well, I technically successfully went ahead and put this fire on. That's the whole point behind this add-on, is that you're actually able to be a firefighter, actually be able to put out said fires. And I was actually honestly debating on whether or not I wanted to do a city map release to MCPDL to showcase this, but then I figured the person who made the map probably wouldn't appreciate me setting one of their creations on fire just to showcase this add-on. That's why I decided to go ahead and build something like this in the normal world. And I gotta say, for being something so simple, I think I did actually a relatively good job decorating the inside of this thing. It's a shame that I had to set the thing on fire just to go ahead and showcase this, and I'm not gonna be able to forgive myself for doing that, but I at least had a reason for what I was doing. But yeah, that's actually all there is to this fire truck add-on. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. One more thing, make sure to hit the subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCP0 to stay updated. This has been Juice Thank you guys for watching, and with that, I will see you guys later.